The Roush Catback with the black tips is an exclusive system here at AmericanTrucks.com that will appeal to the 2011 through 2014 5-liter truck owners who want one of the loudest systems available for their rig. Now, interested F-150 owners can look forward to a mix of 409 and 304 grade stainless steel, complete with those black tips, of course, all for right around that mid to high $700 price point. Now, the bolt-on install will get the softest 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here. You might encounter some cutting with this section of pipe depending on your wheel length or wheelbase, but we will have a detailed walkthrough for you guys a little later on in the video. But since this is an exhaust video after all, what do you say we just jump right in and talk about that signature Roush tone you can expect from this system? And as you heard with our sound clips, if you want plenty of volume, the Roush is not going to disappoint. Now, going to my patented and highly scientific Wake the Neighbor scale, I have the Roush coming in pretty hot at a strong 4 out of 5 on that 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Now, while the volume itself is very healthy on the outside, the tone here for me is going to be the big story because, in my opinion, nice deep tone, no rasp whatsoever, and just all muscle. Really makes the 5-liter sound great. Inside the truck, on the other hand, well, listen, it is an aggressive system, so therefore you can expect a little bit of interior noise while cruising. I don't know if I'd categorize it as heavy drone per se, but it is something to expect when checking out the Roush. But just how does the Roush achieve that very unique and very aggressive tone? Well, for starters, guys, this catback does delete the factory resonator. However, without a doubt, the star of the Roush system, in my opinion, is going to be the hollow chambered muffler design, as Roush calls it. That's going to allow for all of that volume, but without the use of any internal packing. So one thing to note there, you're not gonna have to worry about that packing kind of burning out on you over the years and changing the unique sound of this system. Now, switching gears, let's talk construction a little bit before we show you the install. And construction-wise, you are getting a mix again of 409 grade stainless for, I'd say, 99% of the system, including your 3-inch mandrel bent tubing and that hollow chambered muffler here. However, Roush does incorporate some 304 grade stainless steel for those twin 4-inch slash cut tips, which again have been finished off in that high temperature flat black coating and will exit out of the factory location. That's gonna be the biggie here, guys. If you want the traditional polished, you can also grab that on the site for your 11 to 14. Might actually cost you a little bit less as well, but if you dig the look of the black tips, this is gonna be the system for you. But now we wanna show you just how to get this system installed on your Coyote powered rig at home. So without further ado, here's a detailed walkthrough we promised you, in addition to a quick little tool breakdown.
Tools for this install: an impact, a 19mm socket, 15mm socket, a 13mm socket, 10mm socket, a marker, a 13/16 wrench, hand protection, eye protection, an electric ratchet or ratchet, PB blaster, an exhaust hanger removal tool, a torque wrench, a breaker bar, and a cutting wheel or cutting tool. Start by taking your 13mm socket and removing the bolt located at the flange behind the cats. Now, taking your 15mm socket, loosen up the clamp behind your resonator. Now, with your clamp loosened up, you can now remove your resonator from the rest of your exhaust. Now, grabbing your exhaust removal tool, take off the isolator from your muffler. I would suggest spraying the hangers with a bit of PB blaster to make the process a little bit easier for you. Make sure you're supporting your muffler because it will just drop down after you get it removed from the hanger. Now, taking your 10mm socket, remove the exhaust hanger above the muffler. Now we can pull our exhaust towards the tail end to release it from the rear hanger. And rest it on your axle. so we can move up front and then remove it. Work your exhaust over your rear axle. Now, taking your stock hardware and the flange provided in the kit, go ahead and bolt that on to your cats. Again, this is going to call for your 13mm socket. Now, I would recommend grabbing a jack stand so you can support your muffler while hanging it into your stock hanger. And now we can measure out our front pipe. So now we're going to take our front pipe and place it next to our flange and roughly measure where you are going to need to cut to get it into the muffler. Now, Roush was kind enough to mark a couple spots where you might want to cut. And this is where you're going to want to cut. Like I said, Roush has a serrated line to let you know where to cut. Now, with your line marked, we can get to cutting. Grab your safety eyewear as well as some gloves. Now that we have our pipe cut, take one of your kit provided clamps, place that onto your muffler, and place your front pipe into your muffler. I'm grabbing another clamp, place that onto your front pipe, and get your front pipe onto your flange. Now, taking your hanger that you removed earlier, place that back into the frame and grabbing your 10mm socket, bolt that back down. Now, taking another clamp, place that over your over-axle pipe and place your over-axle pipe into the two hangers and into the muffler as well. Now, some PB Blaster will help you get the over-axle pipe into the rubber hangers. Now that your bolt is broken loose, grab a 13/16 wrench and an impact. Again, we are just leaving enough space to place our exhaust hanger between that bolt and the frame. Place your Y-pipe hanger in between the bolt and retighten it down. And grabbing your torque wrench, make sure to torque down that bolt to 137 foot-pounds. Now take your Y-pipe, place it through the hanger, and another kit-provided clamp, and place that onto your Y-pipe as well. And line that up with your over-axle pipe. Now, taking your exhaust tips, use the last two clamps, place that over your Y-pipe. And now we can go and tighten all our clamps. Now this is going to call for your 15 millimeter socket. And the rest of the clamps are a 15 millimeter as well. And that's going to wrap it up for our review and install of the Roush single exhaust system with black Y-tip, fitting your 11 to 14 5.0 F-150. For more videos just like this, make sure to keep it locked here at AmericanTrucks.com.